Today we're going to work on balancing equations. I'm going to do two problems with you guys for you to record on your worksheets, and the rest is for you guys to try on your own. So let's go ahead and start with number one. Number one says, set up the equation x plus 3 equals 5. And do that on my balance right here. I know that what I have on the left should be equal to what I have on the right to keep it balanced. So we've got x plus 3 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. The next question says, is our scale balanced? Remember, for a scale to be balanced, what we have on the left needs to be equal to what we have on the right. And I'm looking at these. This one looks different than this. But let's look back at our equation. The equation tells us that x plus 3 is equal to what we have over here. So that means that our equation, or this scale, is balanced because x plus 3 is equal to 5. So we can go ahead and write yes, because x plus 3 is equal to 5. As long as both sides are equal, our equation is balanced. The next question says, how can I figure out what x equals? When we're doing some of this algebra stuff, we're often going to try to figure out, what does x actually equal anyways? Mathematicians use this variable when they're talking about a number that might change. In this case, let's figure out what x equals. I know here that x plus 3 equals 5, but I want to know what just x equals. I don't want these 3 to be here. I want it to say x equals something. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to just subtract these 3. I don't want these 3 to be here. I want it to be x equals something. But if I subtract 3 from one side, all of a sudden it's not equal anymore. This side would get heavier and this side would go down, and that's not what we want. We need our equations to be balanced. So if I subtract 3 from this side, what do I have to subtract from the other side? Also 3. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm left with an x on the left and 2 over here on the right. And so now with this new equation, I have x is equal to 2. So that tells me in my equation, in this case, x equals 2, because we've got an x on one side and a 2 on the other. So what did I do to both sides? I subtracted 3 from both sides. And I got that x equals 2. We could even go back and check our work. If we figured out that x is equal to 2 in this problem, let's go back to our original equation, x plus 3 equals 5. Let's see if that's true when x is 2. Let's see, 2 plus 3 equals 5. Yep, absolutely true. So in this problem, we know that x is equal to 2. All right, let's go ahead and try the second problem. This one says, set up the equation 7 equals x plus 2. 4, 5, 6, 7 is equal to x plus 2. I'll put an equal here. Is our scale balanced? Well, let's see. We've got a 7 over here and x plus 2 over here. They don't look the same, but does our equation tell us that these are equal to each other? Absolutely. It tells us that this 7 is equal to x plus 2. And so since both sides are equal, our equation is balanced. So yes, because 7 and x plus 2 are equal. Our scale is balanced because 7 and x plus 2 are equal to each other. Now we move on to how can I figure out what x equals? What would I do to both sides? Well, just like in the last problem, I want to figure out what x is just on its own. I don't want it to be x plus 2 equals something. I want it to be x equals something. I want to get rid of these two over here. So I subtracted 2 from this side so that I have x all by itself. But now that I've subtracted 2 from one side, I have to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to get rid of those 2 right there. And now what I'm left with is 5 is equal to 1x, or just a regular x. So now we have 5 is equal to x. That tells me, well, that x in this problem is equal to 5. So let's go ahead and answer this up here. It says, what should I do to both sides? I subtracted 2 from both sides in this case. And got x equals 5. We could even go back and check this. Our original equation said 7 equals x plus 2. But let's change x to what we got that it equaled. Here we said x is 5. So we get 7 equals 5 plus 2. And sure enough, 5 plus 2 does equal 7. Now that you've got an idea of what to do, go ahead and finish the rest of this worksheet.